Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the start of the NBA season. Rockets start the season Wednesday. It's Tuesday night. Thank you for joining another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I am, of course, KG, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. KG, also Kris Gardner. That's my government name. Christopher Gardner is my government name. Let's get into it. A few things. Let me put this on the screen for everyone tonight. Email me your prediction for the number of games you believe the Rockets will win this season. Send it to this email address, Rockets wins predictions at thehrr.com. Rockets wins predictions at thehrr.com. The exact number, not a range, the exact number of wins for the Rockets this season. Just so you know, ESPN folks, gamblers have the Rockets around 29 wins. 29, I think the over under is 29 and a half, something like that. I think they're going to win 36. That's my number. I know some members of the LTHR family believe they'll win more than that. Some as high as 45, 48. Send me your email. Email me there. Your wins. Include your YouTube nickname so I know who it is. So I'll have your email address and your YouTube nickname, so we can match it up. And at the end of the season, we'll figure it out. However many folks win, I'll do something for those folks. Okay? The exact number. Too high, too low, nothing like that. Got to be exactly right. Okay? So send the email to Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com. Salute to everyone joining. Wise Citizens, Alan, Tony M, everyone. Thank you. We're going to have some fun. So in addition to that, emailing me your win predictions for the Rockets this season. The annual NBA GM survey took place. All the NBA general managers participated. And we're going to discuss. I took some time to pull out the results pertaining to the Rockets. For example, I think the Rockets, it's a few slides. See, Jamon 41 to 41. Email me that too, Jamon. So I want to have it in the comments of this show. And naturally, this is for the folks who are participating during the live stream. Okay, let me be clear on that. Because I may end up getting hundreds, thousands of emails. But this is for the folks who email me now who are watching the show. So I'm going to match you up with your nickname from the comments in this live stream with your email address. So I'm going to have a smaller number of folks, okay? So that's what I want to do. Kind of keep it simple for me and my old brain. So putting all this high-tech stuff to work. So Tran, I see you with that. Email me that 22 also at Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com, okay? So I'll keep it up a little bit longer. So email me right there, everybody. This is for you guys who are watching the live stream of the show, okay? Haters, I'm not hating on anybody, but if you're able to watch the show live right now, this is for you guys, okay? Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy lives to participate in this live stream of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. So it's just a perk for you guys who are able to watch and participate during the live show. Cool? Cool. All right. First things first. First slide. This is all Rockets listed in the NBA, this season's NBA GM survey results, okay? Oh, no, Trent, I'm not talking about you as a hater. I'm talking about anybody who's saying, well, I didn't get a chance to watch it live, so I can't participate. This is for the folks who are watching the show live, all right? New name here. Appreciate that. Moyo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for chiming in your comment. Appreciate that as well. Excellent. Thank you as always for chiming in. Spread the word about this channel and this show. We keep it real on this show, okay? I'm media. I'm not a fan. You guys are the fans. I'm media, credential, been blessed to be credentialed for a long, long time, going back almost 30 years. But I'm media, all right? Hit the like button. King Poop made it. Email your win prediction to that email address, Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com, okay? first question involving Rockets, the annual survey. Which player is most likely to have a breakout season in 23-24? Look at those results. Alperen Şengün was the Rocket among the also receiving votes. Ant-Man first at 23%, Kate Cunningham 20%, Franz Wagner. Rockets see him Wednesday night in Orlando, Paolo as well. So Magic got two guys, according to GMs, have a breakout season. Facing them Wednesday, 6 p.m. start. All right. And Tyrese Maxey. So Maxey and Paolo tied for fourth at 7%. So that's roughly what, 2 GMs each for those guys. All right. Well, Why Citizens brings up a good question. Good, here it is. Good comment. How can Ant break out when he already broke out? Hey, that's the question they were asked, and that's part of the survey they were asked to answer. So take it up with whoever asked the questions. All right, next. Which team made the best overall moves this offseason? Tied first, Boston and Milwaukee. Third, Portland. 4, Lakers. Then tied for fifth, the Mavs and the Rockets at 7%. So once again, that's probably 2 GMs each. So what do you think about that? Rockets and Mavs tied for the team that made the best overall moves this off season. Well, you agree, disagree? Why Citizen says Celtics. Trans says Milwaukee. King Pook, going back to the first question, breakout is not here. It will be Jonathan Kuminga. Hey, this is the GMs, right? The NBA GMs. We're discussing it here on this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. If you're chiming in, joining into the conversation, to the show, send your number of wins to that email address you see on the screen, Rockets wins predictions at thehrr.com. All right. Adam Pena chiming in. Mr. Stats, the stats guy, chiming in on Facebook. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that. Next, which one player acquisition will make the biggest impact? Number one, clearly. Dame to the Bucks. That's obvious. All right. But tied for fourth, Fred VanVleet. And then also receiving votes, Dylan Brooks. How about that? Going back to Draymond, the Lakers kept their core in Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, and then got some depth, some talented depth. So I think that's a solid move, don't you? But hey, Fred FVV, fourth. Which one player acquisition will make the biggest impact? Y'all agree? Come on now, why, citizens? Dame. Well, hey, tell me why. Why you think Fred should be number one? Why do you think that? Why should Fred be number one? Oh, yes, King Pook. Yes. You'll see Cavs a lot in last year's results. Yes. Yep. I noticed that too. All right. Reminder, if you're timing in, what is that email on the screen? Send me how many games you think the Rockets will win this season to Rockets wins predictions at thehrr.com. I will keep it. Also, you can post it in the comments, but I'm going to match it up to the comments in your comments, this right here in the show, but also to your email address, so I keep a track of it, okay? So it's just for the folks who are participating during the live stream of the show. That's all right? Good? We're good. Next, what was the most underrated player acquisition? Tran, you'll love this one. 5 guys tied for third. Dylan Brooks and Fred are among the guys with receiving 7%. What was the most underrated player acquisition? Marcus Smart, number 1. Grant Williams, 2. Dylan Brooks, Bruce Brown, Yusuf Nurkic, Max Strus, and Fred tied for third, each with 7%. So how about that? Thoughts on that one right there? Like I said, how many? It was roughly 25 or 30 questions for the GMs to answer. And I picked out the ones that had Rockets involved in it. Okay, Rockets were part of the results either in the 1 through 5, or receiving votes. All right. And then toward the end, we'll talk about the season opener, Rockets at Magic. Make your predictions. Give me your thoughts on that. Why I said it, you get an idea of how GMs think. That's another reason why I did this. Okay. Which team, y'all got to love this one, right? Which team will be the most improved in 23-24? Number 1, OKC. Number 2, your Houston Rockets. Thoughts on that? And then 3 teams tied for third: Dallas, Detroit, Orlando. See that? Last year, the Clippers. The Clippers at 41% last year. Number 2, your Houston Rockets. Which team will be most improved in 2023-24? King Pook says, wise citizens. Likes that. King Pook says, I agree with that. OKC will for sure be the most improved, but we will be number 2. All right. Next. What was the most surprising move of the offseason? Number 1 was the Holiday Lillard trade, 43%. In the also receiving votes, Fred VanVleet to Houston. Not really sure why that was most surprising. Well, I don't know. Maybe the money involved or something. I don't know. Derek, how you doing? Appreciate that. But hey, I'm posting it. This is all for conversation. All right. It's all for conversation. Derek, thank you for joining us. Email me your win prediction for the Rockets to rocketswinspredictions@thehrr.com. That's why you see the email address on the screen. Okay. But we're going through the Rockets listed in the survey results, annual results. This is for the 2023-24 season. All right. Next. How about this one? Which rookie will be the best player in 5 years? Wemby, 90%. 90% best rookie in 5 years. Which rookie will be the best player in 5 years? Also receiving votes, Amen Thompson. Thoughts on that one? Do you all believe Wemby will be the best player among this rookie class in 5 years? All right. Thoughts on that? Agree? Disagree? Are y'all saying Amen will be better than Wemby in 5 years? I don't know about that. Hey, that'd be something for the Rockets if he is. Boy. But 90%. Last year, Paolo was a top choice at 31%. And then 5 years ago, check it out. 5 years ago, the winners were DeAndre Ayton and Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. How about that? So you see, a lot can happen in 5 years. King Pook says, yes, Wemby will be the best easily. Jamon says Wemby getting 90% means he will be a bust. Oh, I don't know about that one, Jamon. I don't know about that. Wise Citizen said Wemby's going to get cooked. Wemby is all right. Correct Cut says. King Pook says Paulo won't be the best in his class. He won't be better than Jabari or Chet. Allen says Chet will. Tony M says, well, Wemby won't be a center. I doubt that. He'll be a 7'4" small forward. Next one. Which rookie was the biggest steal at where he was selected in the draft? This one was kind of strange to me. Okay. Cam Whitmore at 20 was first. Clear first. Tied for second, 3 guys: Keontae George, Scoot Henderson, Jaime Jaquez Jr. So that's 16th pick, third pick, 18th pick. Last year, Jalen Duren and Tari Eason each received 14%. Trend, just so you know, Marcus Sasser also received some votes. Heck, Oscar Thompson received some votes. And I was like, he was like the 5th pick in the draft. But just so you know, that was the rationale, okay? So Marcus Sasser at 25 received some votes. But yes, Cam Whitmore at 20, the GMs believe he was the biggest steal at where he was selected in the draft. But Cam Whitmore, 43%. That's a good number of votes. That's what, roughly 14, maybe 14 votes, 14 GMs voted for him, something like that. Maybe 12 or 13. That's a good question. Does Tari Eason's injury mean that Cam won't be sent to G League? For now, probably we'll find out. We'll find out. Tari will be out 2 to 3 weeks, so we'll see. And that's another one. Scoot was third. He's not a steal. I agree. I was like, okay, but I'm posting these for conversation, also for you guys to get an idea of how GMs think. It's just different. Next, who is the most versatile defender in the NBA? Giannis, number 1, 37%. Draymond, 2, 23%. Bam, third, 13%. Mikal Bridges and Triple J tied for fourth at 7%. Also receiving votes, Dylan Brooks for your Houston Rockets. Y'all believe that? Dylan is among the most versatile defenders in the NBA? Yay, no, yes, no? King Pook says most versatile is definitely Dylan Brooks. Javon says Stone took this survey. I think all the GMs participated. It's an annual deal, so all the GMs participated in the survey. Correct Cut said Draymond should be last. Why should he be last? Y'all having fun with this? All right. I got my link. I'll be on TV tomorrow with Nate Griffin. So just tune in for that as well. Yep. All right. So thank you. I got a few emails. Appreciate that already. Thank you very much. Next, which new or relocated head coach will make the biggest impact on his new team? Number 1, by far, no question about it, Rockets head coach Ime Udoka, 57%. No doubt about it. Ime Udoka, 57%. Y'all think that's too high, too low? Coach Ime, number 1, the new or relocated head coach who will make the biggest impact on his team. Wise Citizens, Ime, of course, correct cuts. King Pook, easily Ime Udoka, top 5 coach in the league after 1 year as a head coach. That's high praise right there for everybody. Trend with a Detroit Piston flavor, Cougar flavor, Monty Williams. Correct cut says the 57% is not high enough. Well, it's more than half. A lot of people to choose from, so he got a large percentage of the vote. Next, who is the best assistant coach in the NBA? Royale Ivy, Rockets' new assistant coach on the staff, Coach Udoka's staff, receiving votes. Take off number 2, Terry Stotts. You no longer with the Bucks, so you shows you this was before Terry Stotts walked away from the Bucks. The survey, that is. Jordy Fernandez leading the way, assistant coach with the Kangs, 31%. Kevin Young, 10%. Sam Cassell and Charles Lee, both in Boston, 7%. How about that? Charles Lee went down at 34% last year. Wow. So there you go there. Next, Which active player will make the best head coach someday? Chris Paul, number one, 20%. Mike Conley and Garrett Temple tied for second, 13%. TJ McConnell, 10%. And then tied for fifth, Drew and Fred, 7%. Thoughts on that? Fred, could y'all see Fred VanVleet being a head coach in the league someday? Coach Fred, Coach VanVleet? I wonder, I need to ask him if he's even thought about being a head coach, if that's part of one of his aspirations to be a head coach. But Chris Paul, number one. CP received a higher percentage of the vote last year, 32% last year, this year, 20%. Yeah. I don't believe LeBron wants to coach NBA. He wants to own a team. I don't believe he's coached his son or AU, thing like that, but I don't think he's discussed or said publicly that he'd want to coach in the league. Own a team, yes. Coach in the league, not sure. But Fred VanVleet as an NBA head coach. All right, this one. Gonna have some discussion about this one. Which team has the most promising young core? Number one, by a lot, by a wide margin. OKC, 73%. Cleveland, second, 10%. Orlando, third, 7%. And then also receiving votes, Detroit, the Rockets, and the Pacers. Last year, number one was Cleveland, 41%. But this season, OKC, 73%. Well, there's a question from Correct Cuts real quick. Is it true that there are former point guard head coaches? Probably. I'm sure someone's done a study on that. I have to look it up and see. But back to Jamon. Agree with OKC having the best core. Why Citizens? Why is that? Is that too high in your opinion, or you disagree with it flat out? Correct Cuts. OKC is very talented. Very talented. Can't hate it. King Pook. OKC easily has the best young core. They have proven players who are amazing defenders and have an identity. I think Tony M, this is for this question. Trash. Well, we shall see. Time will tell. All right. For those joining last few minutes, email me your prediction for how many games you think the Rockets will win this season to Rockets wins predictions at thehrr.com. And also, let me check out the results for tonight's poll question. Let's see here. If I can. Wow. We got 70. Tonight's poll question is, will the Rockets make the play-in or playoffs this season? 77% say yes. All right. Think y'all gonna be wrong, but okay. No worries. Why Citizen says, I like Orlando. For real, they should be second. King Pook says Rockets making the playoffs. All right, you're the one who said that. Yeah, I remember you saying that. All right, this one's kind of interesting too. Which player is the most athletic? Number one, Ja, 34%. Two, Giannis, 28%. Three, Ant, 24%. Four, Zion, 7%. Also receiving votes, Jalen Green. So Ja, Giannis, Ant, Zion, and then among the also receiving votes, Jalen Green as the most athletic player in the NBA. What do y'all think about that one? Do y'all think? Y'all agree? Wait, just I don't know. That one kind of surprised me too. But yeah, what do y'all think about it? I'm in more athletic than Jalen. King Pook says correct cuts. Why is Zion even up there? Why Citizen says Zion looks slow this year. Tony M with his answer. Uh-oh. There we go. Getting those little issues there. The gremlins are coming out. So, but yeah. So you get an idea of how people think about the Rockets and how GMs think, period. And it's anonymous. So we can't put names with the votes. But some folks think different. And this might explain why some teams are bad all the time and why some teams are good. That's part of the fun of the NBA GM annual survey. We'll talk more about it. Still got a few more to get to for tonight's edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. But y'all keep them coming with the questions. And hey, it's not necessarily Rocket hate. It's just how GMs think. And yes, I do believe Rafael Stone participated in the survey. And, he's one person, so he can't sway a vote one way or the other. But the Rockets, we shall see. Y'all got the Rockets make the play-in or the playoffs. Majority of folks don't. Win-loss total number, I'm kind of curious how y'all think. But, this is a good one. Jericho Sims should be on this list. Do I think the Warriors are going to be better with this year? A little bit, yes, but CP starting, that's not going to work. Nope, nope, nope. All right. So it looks like that's all. I thought I had one more. But okay, I'm going to go back to this one because I know y'all are very, very happy about this one, about Coach Udoka and the head coach who make the biggest impact on his team, 57%. Tran got the Warriors going 72-10 negative. I was surprised at this one as well, but Desmond Bain was not mentioned most improved. Think it's going to be better for the Grizz? Yeah. First 25 games. We'll see. Going to be a lot on his plate. What about the Grizz? Now, how will the Grizz do without Steven Adams? Out for the year and job for 25 games and no Dylan Brooks. What do y'all think about it? But I see. So I'll go back for those who are just joining us. So start over in a few minutes. Myself on the screen, bigger, enlarge me on the screen. Ime told us he expects to make the playoffs. Tillman said he expects a lot this season. Phase 2. It should be viewed as a disappointment if we don't make the 10th seed play-in at least. King Pook says Desmond and Bain will have to carry the Grizzlies for them to even break 500. The Grizzlies aren't making the playoffs. No Dylan Brooks and no Tyus Jones. Very slept-on move for the Wizards to get Tyus. But back to Jamon's. All right. If the Rockets don't make the 10th seed play-in at least, this season will be viewed as a disappointment. Jamon has been consistent with that. We disagree, and that's all right. Correct cuts. No Ja, no Adams, no more Brooks. Greer's going to barely make the playoffs. Maybe. Jamon does say Marcus Smart will help the Grizzlies a lot. Logic. We're going to smoke the Grizzlies. We got speed and defense. King Pook says, I don't know about this one. It's playoffs or bust for us as in the Rockets. Y'all got high expectations. Coach Udoka said at his intro press conference, he's never missed the playoffs. He's always made the playoffs in his time as a coach in the NBA. Yes. He's kind of backed off of that a little bit throughout preseason and as the season got closer. King Pook says play in or bust. Saying it again. The other where's big man like Steven Adams? Is that what you're talking about? Somebody else besides Steven Adams? Correct cuts, 35 wins. Book it. And he's a positive Rockets fan. He's not going to play in or bust. He's got 35 wins. KO, thank you for your comment and your question. Rocket fan right here. 32 wins, a 10-win improvement. KO, what are your thoughts on what some of the other viewers, family members here, LTHR family folks saying? Play in or bust this season? Will you go that far with them? Jamon, I just view this season as an ultimatum on whether Stone hit on his draft picks. Well, some are already gone, Jamon, as you know. Jalen Green and Şengün in particular. If he did, we should make the play-in at least easily. Like I said, let's see. Oos gone. Ty gone. Jacob gone. So he's already missed on those. Coach said what King Pook has on the screen. The Rockets will have a top 10 defense in the league. Coach said at minimum, he expects the Rockets to be a top 10 defense this season. Dylan Brooks said top 5. Hey, we'll see. We shall see. Talking about Brandon Clark. Oh, yeah. Yep. KO says you guys are unrealistic, but he understands optimism. The ball movement and defense are like water, and we've been thirsty. Preseason is preseason. He'll have a better grasp in 3 weeks. Logic says Jabari will be a mismatch for most wings this year with his high post. That's our key to the play-in. All right. So once again, let's see. Play-ins, top 10 teams. What 5 teams will the Rockets? It's 5 teams will the Rockets be better than? Portland is one of them. Who else? Oh, no. They said correct cuts here. Coach Udoka said, just go to the YouTube clip and watch it as a short. I made it as a short. His comments with the update about Tari. Tari has a stress reaction in his left leg. And I think I mentioned it on Saturday's show that I had questions about his injury because for a few days it was a lower leg contusion. That's what we heard. I think that was mentioned during the broadcast as well when the Rockets were in San Antonio. And I said to some of my colleagues Friday at the game, okay, are we sure it's not anything more than that? Like it's a stress fracture or something like that? And the coach was asked by Cody Davis a few days later. And that's when Coach Udoka told us Tari will be out 2 to 3 weeks with a stress reaction in his left leg. They caught it early. So if he would have played on it more, there was a greater chance that the leg, he would have had a crack in it, broke it. So it would have been a stress fracture. So he'd be out even more. So Tari's out 2 to 3 weeks. He'll be reevaluated later on to see where he is. So yes, stress reaction is before stress fracture. So they caught it before it became a stress fracture and got worse. Tari felt discomfort in the leg, so he had it looked at, and he finally determined that it is a stress reaction. All right, so Tony M saying San Antonio, so Portland and San Antonio. He says Rockets need to trade for a shooter or sign a shooter in free agency. Well, they're hoping that Reggie Bullock will be that guy. He hasn't been so far. King Pook says Rockets will be better than Portland, San Antonio, Mavs, Grizzlies, and Pelicans. And also thinks maybe the Warriors, depending on health stuff. But that would really mess up the Warriors' thought process. Wise Citizen says Rockets will be better than Portland, Grizz, Pels, Utah, Timberwolves. Whoa. And the Spurs. All right. I don't know if anybody besides me subscribes to Mark Stein's newsletter, his Substack, with a statomatic prediction predicted for the entire 23-24 season. And statomatic is old. It's been around a long time, as in that part of it's old. So they calculate stats and everything and come up with predictions and all that. Had the Timberwolves reaching the finals. The finals. Yes, losing to the Bucks. I believe that was right. I think it was the Bucks or Boston, one of those. But yeah, Minnesota going to the finals. So yeah. Tony, Tony, are you doubting that the Kyrie Luka tandem works? Are you, Tony? Are you doubting that all that offense and no defense is gonna work? Logic says Rockets will be better than Utah, Minnesota, Portland, the Pels, and the Spurs. King Pook says forgot about Utah. Yeah, we're better than them too. We definitely play inbound. All right. Go back to the poll question. It's now 79% believe the Rockets will make the play-in this year. Okay. Jamon says Rockets need for Kyrie to go on another episode and take a leave of absence. Kyrie going to Kyrie. I mean, we expect it now. Correct cuts. The Mavs has got to be the biggest question mark in the Western Conference. You just never know about them. All right. Mavs. Yep. Mavs have no defense. Agreed. King Pook says Chimbo's going to be nice with Cat back and Ant having something to prove and basically being a superstar, probably a top 4 or 5 seed. Jamon, too many Mavs fans on Stein's Substack. Well, he covered the Mavs for a lot of years. And plus now he has a radio station on Saturdays in Dallas. Okay. For those who are late to the show, going to do real quick recap of the survey results and reminder to everybody, if you're just now chiming in, email me your predictions. How many games you believe the Rockets will win this season? Wins. Not a range. Give me the exact number. Email it, send it to rocketswinspredictions@thehrr.com. One more time, email me at Rockets Wins Predictions at THEHRR.com. So I have an email address, and remind me, let me know your nickname as part of the LTHR live stream so I know who's who. Okay? So email me your wins to Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com. The number of games you believe the Rockets will win at Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com. Luis, thank you for your comment, your question. Welcome to the show. If you participated in the poll question, thank you for that also. Don't be a stranger to this show nor this channel. Who will win the Rookie of the Year? What do y'all think? Luis, who do you think? I'm going to go through it here. We know who the GMs believe will be the top rookie from this class in 5 years. Let's see. Did I go past it? There we go. We know who they believe to be in 5 years. Wemby. 90%. But Luis, who will win the Rookie of the Year in your opinion? Why Citizen says Scoot Henderson should, but Wemby because of hype. You're gonna put up some awesome numbers though as well. Brandon Miller, Jamon, I think he got jokes. KO, the big French one. Correct cuts. Amen. The big French fry. Luis says Wemby. All right. Let's see here. King Pook. I think I passed up. Here we go. Correct cuts. All right. Put this question up and we'll get back to the survey results. So thoughts about rotations. Is Ime leaning more towards 7 and nope. More like he's going 9 or 10. 9 or 10. He's going 9 or 10, especially early in the season. 9 or 10-man rotation. So look for that starting tomorrow against the Magic. And if you haven't, a couple things. I discovered this. Another way to support the Houston Roundball Review, a simple way to support the Houston Roundball Review. In addition to hitting the like button on the videos, hitting the like button on this, subscribing to the channel, obviously, giving thumbs up to the vids on the channel also, but on articles on the website or on the blog, I've discovered, let's click on some of those ads that you see in the articles. And those pennies add up. So that's the easy way to do it. Just click on the ad you see on the blogs, on the articles about the Rockets, Cougs, whatever. Some of the articles I post in the YouTube community section, just click on ads there. 1 or 2 a day, keep it moving. Simple like that. But yep, Coach Udoka, 9 or 10-man rotation. Comments from him and Dylan Brooks about the Magic, the challenge the Magic present the Rockets are available on the YouTube channel as YouTube Shorts. It's a different format I'm going to more and more. Try to get answers to my questions specifically posted on the channel so I can share them on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So that's why they're in that format, look that way. So it's nothing, just trying to be different. Got to be different. Got a lot of different colleagues who cover the Rockets here in town. Got to distinguish myself and stand out from the crowd, okay? So that's why I'm doing things a little bit different. I've been covering Rockets a lot longer than some of these youngsters. And some of these youngsters started posting videos and things like that. Houston Roundball Review is first at that, okay? Not hating anybody, but the Houston Roundball Review was the first non-chronicle local outlet to post videos, post-game press conferences, things of that sort. That's a fact. All right. Since Tari's out, Tate and Bullock look like they'll definitely fill his minutes. Yep, it's good for Reggie Bullock because he probably wasn't going to play a lot if Tari were healthy. I don't know about Reggie. Like I said, he's got to prove it. He did not shoot the ball well in preseason. Oh yeah, he toward his end with the Mavs, he struggled. I mean, hey, Greg Cuts, you know how we are on this show, on this channel. Don't be shy about your opinion. And if it's fact, it's fact. Reggie has to shoot the ball well. And he did not do that in preseason. That's fact. That's all it is. That's all. That's all it is. Noted KO about the mic post game. The scrum. That's part of it. And real talk, that's part of economics as well. What is this? 25 years. All right, Mark. All right. Got about 14 more minutes to go here, roughly. Try to do an hour of tonight's edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Reminder, or not a reminder, I'm going to be on TV tomorrow, Wednesday morning. What is it, 8:10? Look it up. Nate Griffin invited me to be on 8:22 Wednesday morning on the Fox. What's the name of the show in the morning? Houston Sports Fox in the morning show, Wednesday morning, 8:22. And I'm assuming Nate's going to have me talk about the Rockets since they start the season Wednesday night in Orlando. So, yep, I'll chime in. Link looks kind of bad. But yes, Wednesday morning, I'll be on TV talking Rockets with Nate Griffin from Fox 26 Sports. The jerseys are fire. I haven't seen the city jerseys. You look them up. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen those city jerseys. I'll look at it. All right. Let's see. What is this correct cut says? I heard that Adam Silver will probably bring back with All-Stars or their own organization's jerseys during the All-Star game. I like it. That's old school for me. I like East versus West. That's also old school. So I don't really like the fan of pick your own, team captains, picking players out of them. East versus West. That's some pride. KO. Appreciate that, KO. And noted. Got you on that. Noted. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Real quick. Going back to the results of the survey featuring the Rockets. First up, which player is most likely to have a breakout season in 23-24? And Anthony Edwards, number one at 23%. Kate Cunningham, 2. And it was already pointed out, how can Ant be most likely to have a breakout season when he already had a breakout season? Fair. That's fair. But he tops the results to this question. Alfred Şengün receiving votes. He probably got one vote from a GM. Which team made the best overall moves this offseason? Boston and the Bucks tied first. Blazers third, 17%. Lakers 13%. And the Mavs and Rockets tied for fifth at 7%. Which one player acquisition will make the biggest impact? Dame in Milwaukee, 47%. Drew in Boston, 13%. Brad Beal, already having back issues, missing tonight's game against the Warriors, third at 10%. Then tied for fourth, Kristaps Porzingis, Fred, and Wemby, each with 7%. And Dylan Brooks also receiving votes. What was the most underrated player acquisition? Number one, Marcus Smart, 17%. Grant Williams, number two, 14%. That kind of surprised me. And then tied for third, Dylan Brooks, Bruce Brown, Yusuf Nurkic, Max Strus, and Fred, each with 7%. Which team will be the most improved in 2023-24? Number one, OKC, 30%. 2, Rockets, 23%. Then tied for third, the Mavs, Detroit, Orlando, each with 10%. What was the most surprising move of the offseason. The Drew Holiday Lillard trade, number one, at 43%. Marcus Smart Porzingis trade, 20%. Chris Paul to Golden State, 17%. And then tied for fourth, Brad to Phoenix and Bruce Brown to Indiana. Fred to the Rockets among the also receiving votes. Which rookie, touched on this twice already, will be the best player in 5 years? Wemby, 90%. The best rookie from this class in 5 years, Amen Thompson, among the also receiving votes. Which rookie was the biggest steal at where he was selected in the draft? Number one, 43%. Can't win more. Rockets got him at 20. Tied for the second, Keontae George, Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson at 3. How Scoot at 3? But anyway, Jaime Jaquez Jr., also 10%. Then Brandon Podziemski. He kind of nice, but I don't know about a steal. But anyway, then last year, Jalen Duren and Tari Eason. Who is the most versatile defender in the NBA? Giannis, number one, 37%. Draymond, second. Bam, third. Mikal Bridges and Jaren Jackson tied for fourth. Dillon Brooks among the also receiving votes. Landslide here. Which new or relocated head coach will make the biggest impact on his new team? Number one, Ime Udoka, 57%. 57%. GMs believe he will have the biggest impact on his new team. Who was the best assistant coach in the NBA? Royale Ivy, new assistant coach on Coach Udoka's staff, among those receiving votes. Sam Cassell and Charles Lee, both in Boston, tied for fourth. Which active player will make the best head coach someday? Chris Paul, number one, at 20%. Last year, he was number one at 32%. But Fred VanVleet tied with Drew Holiday at fifth, each getting 7%. Which team has the most promising young core? OKC, number one by a wide margin, 73%. Cleveland, second, 10%. Orlando, third, 7%. Rockets, Detroit, Indiana, also receiving votes. And then lastly, which player is the most athletic? Number one, Ja at 34%. Giannis, second, 28%. Ant-Man, third, 24%. Zion more than Jalen Green. Okay, whatever. But Zion, fourth at 7%. Also receiving votes, Jalen Green. All right. Wrapping it up. Rockets Magic. Game one of the season for both teams, Wednesday, 6 p.m. in Orlando. Dillon Brooks said after practice, Rockets play defense, control the boards, and push the ball in transition will be a key. Coach Udoka, two talented young teams. See the Rockets handle Paolo and Franz Wagner. Dillon Brooks said the same. All that to say, who you got? Who's going to win tomorrow? Who will win the game? Houston Rockets at the Orlando Magic. Correct Cut says Houston will get the dub. Who else? Who else picking the Rockets to win the season opener? Start the season with a 1-0 record. 1-0 with a road win. Start the season off right with a road win. And we'll discuss Wemby and the Spurs on that game is Friday. Cody Davis is slated to join me this Saturday for the next edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Get his opinion on what we will see or have seen in the first two games of the season. So join me for that on Saturday. All right. Correct Cuts being bold. Says the Rockets. It's an easy win for the Rockets over Orlando. Okay. We'll see. Wise citizens, thank you as always. KO says, oh, yeah, Cody Davis is with SI. He's a beat writer for Sports Illustrated, covering the Rockets. He also does, I think, Locked on Texans. So, yes, he's part of it. And he's the first voice you hear in the YouTube short about asking Coach Udoka about Tari Eason. KO says, I just don't want to see Jonathan Isaacs get hurt. He's picking the Rockets. Defense from the Rockets will get them open shots. That's from Logic. All right. These closing moments, if you haven't already, email me at rocketswinspredictions@thehrr.com. The number of games you believe the Rockets will win this season. All right. And not being a hater, but for simplicity, if you're watching the rebroadcast of this or on demand or what have you, this is just for those participating during the live stream. All right. To keep it simple for this first year. Things get better going forward. The platform gets bigger. I have a staff to keep track of all these things, all these emails. And I can do that in future years. But for the time being, this is just for the folks who are able to join the live version of the show. Okay. So email Rockets wins predictions at thehrr.com. How many games you believe the Rockets will win this 2023-24 NBA season. Majority of y'all believe the Rockets are going to the play-in, or playoffs. Last check, 80%. 80% believe the Rockets will make the play-in or the playoffs this season. Terry, real quick. You just made it under the gun, Terry. Chiming in from New Zealand. Email me, Terry. Email me how many games you believe the Rockets will win. Send it to Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com. Email me how many games you believe the Rockets will win. Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com. I'll keep track of them throughout the season. And then who's right, I'll try to send them some merch. Okay? So email me the number of games you believe the Rockets will win, not a range, the number of games you believe the Rockets will win, and send it to Rockets Wins Predictions at thehrr.com. Let's see. What is he? Got jokes? Whoops. Yeah, you got 40. Email me that too, Terry, so I can have it in email format as well. Okay? Got to give you, well, that's fair. You got time because you're part of the comment discussion. So I know who's participating in the comments of the live stream show. I'm seeing all that. So I'm going to match up the nickname or the name of the comments during the show to the email address. Okay. So also include your email, your nickname from the show. All right. So got to keep it simple. So I know who's, during the live show, I get more folks who watch the show afterwards on demand. So it's easier for me to track who participated in the live stream. So I got all of them. I can see it right now. Okay. So no worries whatsoever on that. All right. Anybody else? Rockets, Orlando. What say you? Rockets get the dub. Rockets start out 0-1 or 1-0. You looking forward to the matchup? Two young teams, two young talented teams, or it's going to be a rout one way or the other? What do you think? What do you think? I'm looking forward to the season starting. I know that. But that's part of it as well. Looking forward to that. Basketball is here. Nuggets got their ring, beat the Lakers. Solo chiming in just under the gun. So KO as well. Solo. I'm going to put it up and then I'm going to wrap it up. Shut it down. Solo. On the screen, you see that email address. Email me how many games you think the Rockets will win this season. Email me how many games you think the Rockets will win this season. Not a range. How many games you think the Rockets will win this season. I'll keep track of them. We got a range. I think we got from 35 to 41 so far, something like that. So just let me know. Email me your predictions. How many games you believe the Rockets will win this season. All right, family. Thank you very much, as always, for taking time out. Thank you for your contributions to the show. Thank you for the contributions to the Roundball Review. And a reminder, easy way to support the Roundball Review, click on the ads on the vids, click on the ads in the articles that are on the blog, as well as the articles from the website, HoustonRoundballReview.com. So simple way to support the Roundball Review as well. So advertise, still looking for advertisers. You can buy merch. You can do a super chat, super sticker. Click on the thumbs up, the like button, like the videos, but also click on those ads that you see on the vids, the articles, the blog posts. All right, everybody. It's been real. It's been my pleasure to take time. Oh, new name right here, chiming in. Y'all said 0-1 to start off, maybe 5-5 to kick off the season. Thank you for your statement. That's a new name. I appreciate that. Don't be a stranger. Come back again this Saturday. We're going to talk Rockets with Cody Davis. Spread the word about the show. Spread the word about the Houston Roundball Review. Everybody, one more time. Let me post it one more time. Email me how many games you believe the Rockets will win at rocketswinspredictions@thehrr.com. Okay? Email me. So I'll have your email address and then include your nickname that's part of the live stream show. So that you're a part of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets family, the LTHR family. So I'll match it up. All right. As always, appreciate it. Come again on Saturday. We're going to talk Rockets again. We'll have two games to discuss. Rockets at Orlando, Rockets at the Spurs, and then look forward to the Rockets home opener Sunday evening against the Golden State Warriors. Thank you again for your time, your comments, your questions, and your concerns. Spread the love, spread the word about the Houston Roundball Review. And remember, since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Y'all take care. Peace.